Hello everyone, this is Plague Doctor coming at you again with another VRML cast for the Breachers VRML Season 4, Week 4, looking at a matchup between ZER0 and Empire here on the VRML Network channel. Very exciting matchup today. We have the number 8 team versus the number 7 team. We've seen ZER0 go up against, I believe, Acer. We had Empire going against a few teams, including BLC, or Bacon, Lettuce, Cheese. Looking at these teams playing so far, we have ZER0 on a 3-1 record, 75% win rate so far on Season 4. Congratulations to them. Shit, they've played 7 rounds, won 100% of them. Meanwhile, Empire has only won 42%. Factory looks like a pretty strong map on both sides. We might see that being played. The bans are going to be Dam and Mall. Both teams don't have a fantastic record on Dam. Empire has a bit of a better record, so we'll see. They might have chosen that, but unfortunately they will not be. And Mall will also be banned, so we will not be seeing that today. We have had, some big switch-ups on the leaderboard so far this season. It's been really interesting to see, who has been on top. And on the bottom, we saw Goth Mommy Paradise being up there pretty high. We have some new master teams this season, including Goth Mommy Paradise, Ritual, Mist, ZER0 very nearly missed being master, Eternity as well being master. Some huge switch-ups this season from before. Tonight, we also have a matchup between IVI, NA, and Valor. We'll see how that goes. For now, we are going to be waiting on one more of these Empire players, and then we'll be getting started on our first map. Before that happens, I do want to talk about VRMLCon will be happening in July 25th through the 27th. It's going to be some very exciting stuff. We're going to be showing Onward, Pavlov, Breachers, Veil, and a new addition, Orion Drift. I want to stress to people, I've seen some questions around the community. I've seen some questions for the con. It is a completely separate event. We will not be showing the finals for the season there. It will be a completely separate tournament. It's going to be a really exciting one, folks. I hope you all are able to make it out to Phoenix to be able to see it. What I want to see, some predictions, some things that I want to see for this matchup. I want to see good utility. We saw some fantastic utility from, I believe, that Invicт versus Valiant matchup. We have seen some very exciting utility from Mist this season and a few other teams. So I'm hoping ZER0 and Empire can get some good utility off as well. It's going to be super exciting to see what they can do. I want to see their A game coming in, especially on map 1. You want to have an explosive start to a lot of these casts, and especially on the casting booth. I really like seeing these exciting matchups. It's no fun to have a boring matchup or a stomp. You want to see teams that are really evenly matched, and that's what I saw last week on the previous matchup. We had, if I remember correctly, yes, we had Realm 1 NA versus Sunset Ravens NA. That was a matchup with 3 overtimes. Every single map was an overtime. They barely got it out, and it was a super exciting matchup to watch. And I'm hoping that this match today will be just as exciting. That matchup, however, 2 hours and 20 minutes. So tiring for the players, probably tiring for people to watch, and I salute everyone who watched it with me. It was really fun to watch. So far, on the ZER0 side, we have Atlanta, Orlando, Zion, Juice, and BLW. Meanwhile, over on Empire, we are still missing a player, but so far, we have iDot, iAdapt, Cohen, and Lightronics. We are just waiting on these two teams to get into it. Just waiting for that last Empire player. Might be a little bit late, but they'll get in here. It's not too bad. Empire looks to be starting on defense. I'm curious what the map is going to be. Fortunately, we won't know until we get started. I want to talk about... I'm excited to talk about... I want to thank you all for supporting me in my casting journey here. I'm officially now a official host caster. I can cast any of the matches, and I hope to see you all out there and to cast more of the matches for Breachers VRML. It's been such an exciting time to be casting for the season. You know, season 4 has been super exciting. There's so many new casters, there's so many new teams to see, and I hope you all are having as much fun as I am going along with this journey. If you are looking into becoming an official caster for VRML, it's as easy as just getting some casts down and going and putting in an application. What I'd suggest, personally, is do some community casts, do some individual casts, maybe get a co-caster if you can. Just get 3 of them, get a few more until you're comfortable. And then all you have to do, go to the support server, you make an application ticket, they ask for 3 example casts, and then they'll evaluate. And, you know, if you really want to get into it, I think you can do it. It's just really important to commit. For me, you know, it's really hard to commit sometimes unless you have someone pushing you along, and that's why you need to just put it out there, you know, and you could see yourself being a caster very quickly. Especially in this season, we love having new casters and especially showing people the ropes. It's really exciting, and I hope you know, don't hesitate. I hope you try to get in here as much as you can. We are just waiting on this last Empire player. I may put us on a quick break until they come, just in the interest of time. I'll see you all when we get back on map 1.
Prepare to start. Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Spud in the bottom, going absolutely crazy, getting the 2K.
Wow.
Welcome back, everyone, from that short break. We're going to be getting into this very soon. Just a reminder, Empire versus ZER0. It's going to be an exciting matchup on map 1, which looks to be Factory. Factory is going to be an interesting matchup. Both teams have a pretty good record on Factory. There's no outstanding, no outstanding things that are really putting one team above the other so far. So I'm excited to see what they will be putting into effect to get this off. Looking at the economy, we have a Taurus from BLW, a bit of an ambitious buy. I've been seeing it more and more, actually, so far throughout the season. I'm seeing that so far throughout the season. A pretty ambitious buy for pistol round, unless you can get some good shots off, but I don't know. The Taurus buy is an odd one because it sacrifices a good amount of utility that you could use for other purposes. But I want to see if they can get it off. Meanwhile, over on Empire, we actually have a Jesper buy from Lightronics. An interesting Jesper, only attachments, may be saving a little bit in order to get a rifle next round. Let's see if they can get it off. Empire set up for a defense on A. ZER0 trying to push in on the meta push. Empire trying to double stack on this back hallway. 2 stack up. BLW nearly going down without hitting that shot. Unfortunately, Cohen does get hit a little bit. Atlanta trying to go for the back hallway. Can't see anyone just yet, but Electronics is waiting on the swing in case he does try to push in. Orlando is in the building by the vending machine. He is able to move up a good bit. Empire is ready on lockers. Atlanta trying to get any peek off he can. Hatch drop happens. I Adapt, Electronics, and IDOT are all inside underneath the hatch. They're ready on lockers to push in case that wall opens on the cubby. ZER0 down quite a bit of health so far. Orlando and BLW both one tap. Atlanta is ready, having pushed in. I Adapt, very eager to push in on this cubby, but does wait just a little bit longer. Walls are opened up onto A. Cohen, Not Icon, and IDOT all waiting to try to get the defense off. Atlanta ready to push in with EMP to cubby. Empire has 2 throwables to deny the plant. However, there's a minute 10, so ZER0 could wait it out if they really want to. They do bait out the incendiary. Smart play from them. Able to bait it out. Electronics is pushing up into lockers. Orlando ready on it. Electronics pushing out. Does actually take out one with that Jesper. Orlando gets the refrag. BLW takes out I Adapt as Orlando takes out Electronics. Not Icon takes out BLW. Suddenly, a 2v3 in favor of Empire. Cohen, peek outside the wall, gets taken out by Juice. Juice pushes into the point, trying to take out Icon. IDOT ready on the cubby, takes out Juice. Not Icon takes out Orlando, and Empire claims this first round on defense. Looking at the leaderboard, we have almost a team ace from Empire. If I Adapt had gotten a kill, it would have been a team ace for their side. ZER0 could not quite get that offense off. They got stalled a little bit outside that A point. I feel that committing to that A push may have worked out a little better for them rather than having a few in lockers, rather a few trying to push in through lockers, a few on the bottom of the hatch. It just might have worked out a little bit better to have more players in the same spot. Empire played that defense very well. It got down to the wire a little bit on those last 2 players, but they managed to clutch it up very well. ZER0 not in an unwinnable position. BLW unfortunately did not get much off with that Taurus, but we'll see if they can redeem themselves on this point. We do have 3 SMGs from Empire. They're trying to secure this lead. Meanwhile, ZER0 still going with pistols. Not all of utility. They have a breaching foam, an incendiary, and actually a breaching foam and 2 incendiaries. No frags, no smokes. Mostly bare bones on this round. Not much economy to go around. I Adapt is going to hear all of these drops. He's ready on the floor below, but it looks like ZER0 will just be pushing straight into Museum. They're ready to push in as IDOT takes out Atlanta from War Room. Wall is open. BLW trying to info peek in. Electronics is now coming up the stairs, trying to get any peeks off he can as I Adapt also coming up the stairs. Juice and BLW trying to get in any way they can. Not a lot of throwables to go around as Cohen takes out Orlando. BLW waiting inside. IDOT gets taken out by an incendiary from Juice. BLW now trying to push in. He does have that Taurus that he needs to try to get that clutch off with. Electronics pushes in, takes out Juice. Now it's just BLW and Zion. Zion now on the window, does get pushed out. Jumping out the window. Zion takes out I Adapt. Trying to get any more peeks off as he can. He really wants to grab that Omen. Can he get off before he gets jumped out on? He does. Now it's just Cohen and Not Icon. They have some utility, but they don't have really a weapon advantage. ZER0 maybe going for a save. Unfortunately, Zion does not have the EMP either. It is dropped inside the point. Rough situation to be in for ZER0 on this push. They're going to have to try to improvise to get this off, as EMP is actually dropped in meeting room. Cohen is ready with that Omen. Meanwhile, I believe we have Not Icon also waiting on meeting. Zion is hoping to see someone in this connector. Unfortunately, he might be met just with some bullets from War Room. Sorry, from Museum. Pushing up, Zion checking every corner he can, not leaving any stone unturned. These Empire players don't know where he's coming from. They don't really have any guesses either, as they don't have any sound cues to work off of. trigger discipline from Zion, pushes out, takes down Cohen. However, there's still one more player that he has to take out, and he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't have EMP. Now grabs the EMP, needs to plant. 5 seconds on the clock. Icon running through, cannot get the defense off. Zion clutches this out, getting the EMP down. However, Icon is pushing up through connector. Now it's just a 1v1. Icon pushing straight out. He has full health and an incendiary, but he has to get this off. Throws out the incendiary. It bounces a little awkwardly and actually doesn't go off. Zion getting some good hits. Now the incendiary goes off. A bit delayed. I think it rolled down the stairs. Pushes out, takes out Zion. Plenty of time on the EMP. And he will get the defuse off. A great clutch attempt from Zion, but unfortunately just did not get that off. A good play from not Icon. I feel with Zion, the play might have been to try to wallbang that EMP rather than trying to push way out, push back in, push way out, push back in. It unfortunately left him a little bit exposed to a push from that full health not Icon. Empire now up 2 rounds. ZER0 is down on economy. They're going to have to put some work in to get up. Empire now fielding, not yet fielding their first Vezin or Marui. They're still sticking with SMGs and a Knut. Meanwhile, full SMGs on ZER0 other than a hero by Vezin from Zion. BLW sticking with that Taurus. They did, unfortunately, not get a shot off there, but we'll see if they can get it off this time. I'm excited to see if they can. On this push, it looks like a standard storage push from ZER0, trying to get the meta push down. Zion ready to push in, actually holding a Vezin for his team, trying to push in. I Adapt is waiting with, I believe, a smoke on the window to block off anyone peeking into storage. A pre-nade takes Cohen down to half. I Adapt ready with an incendiary. I believe that's 2 incendiaries already down. Electronics peeks out, takes out BLW and pushes back. Happy with that kill as not Icon takes out Orlando. A nade goes in storage, does not take anyone out. Atlanta crouching outside. Might get flanked if he's not careful. Zion with that Vezin looking to push in through storage if he can. I Adapt is waiting. Cohen dropping a nade at his own feet. Luckily picks it up before it goes off. Nade pushes these players further into storage. Atlanta looking to push in. Might get seen by the stairs, but I Adapt gets taken out by Atlanta. That is an important kill for ZER0. Now a 3v4. They're ready for the push. Wall is foamed. And they get the quick push-offs. Juice blows the wall. Ready to get any peek off he can. IDOT trying to hold the point down on Electronics and Cohen. ZER0 has a tough push ahead of them. I'd be surprised if they don't call a rotate. They're a bit stalled outside of this B point. Empire playing this smart so far. They're not going aggressive. They're not trying to push out on ZER0. Not getting too impatient. They're waiting for ZER0 to make a move. They know that they can just wait them out. Electronics does get flashed, but he waits patiently. ZER0 making their move, trying to push into the point. Cohen nearly gets wallbanged, but barely doesn't. Juice pushes in, takes out one, but gets taken out by the refrag. IDOT pushing around. Cohen gets the frag for his teammate. IDOT takes out Zion as Zion takes out Cohen. Empire playing very good cross angles in order to get that off. They also claim a Vezin, which is a really important grab for them. That saves them a whole $3,200 after the nerf on those rifles. Now ZER0 is in a dangerous predicament. Empire at a full buy. They can also get quite a bit of utility as IDOT is at 5,075 without having to buy anything. He can get really anything he wants. Meanwhile, ZER0 going bankrupt in order to get 4 rifles plus an Omen from Zion. He did have that hero buy that unfortunately did not pay off. Taking a look at the scoreboard, Zion sitting at 4-3, very good for him. You know, you try to get as many kills as you can and work for your team. 4-1 from IDOT. It's a 4.0 KD. Well done as well. These players are ready to push in whenever they can. ZER0 needs to get a round off in order to secure themselves. They don't want to get locked out. ZER0 at a dangerous level. They might get locked out from the switch if they're not careful. Orlando on front door. interesting peak to take, especially for a mid-floor point. No upstairs roamers from Empire. Instead, Lightronics is downstairs. Cone is in bathroom. iAdapt and Icon are both inside the point. ZER0 going for the standard hatch blow, shooting out anything they can. iDot on B, not Icon behind the bomb, has a pretty stable point. iAdapt is ready on the wall bang. Lightronics is waiting very patiently downstairs. ZER0 has a tough push ahead of them because of the positioning from Empire. Not Icon being behind this bomb is a great peek because he's blocked off a new shot from the wall, the doorway, and the other doorway by gravel. Suddenly he's isolated at point. Orlando peeks in, nearly takes an Icon, barely can't get it off, but Icon does get his heal denied. BLW pushes in from bathroom. Cohen does check the bathroom, will he check it in time? BLW takes out the flank from Cohen. iAdapt is taken out by Atlanta. Lightronics takes out Orlando from outside as he comes up the stairs. iDot takes out Atlanta as Atlanta person takes out Icon, but that's a lot of kills. iDot also cleans out, takes out BLW. Zion tries to push in. Lightronics is very low, gets pushed in on, but Zion goes to reload. iDot takes that perfect opportunity to push out. Empire 4-0 up on ZER0 on Factory. That's gotta hurt. Oh, that's gotta hurt for ZER0. They're now down for it, and they spent almost all of their money trying to get that round off. 5-4 from Zion, still continuing his trend, but 7-1 from iDot is a dominant lead. ZER0, their best possible chance is winning these next 2 rounds. They have okay economy because of the income from losing rounds in a row, so they can still get rifles. They can still get at least an Orill on one of their players. A lot of utility coming out from Empire. We still have iDot at almost $5,000, not having to pay for almost anything. iAdapt holding a Vezin. And Huracan from Lightronics is an interesting pick, but maybe they're trying to do some point denial. ZER0 has a tough time ahead of them. I want to take a look at the droning from Juice, especially to see what corners they check and if they check for a good amount of utility. As Cohen is outside in the hallway, we'll see if he gets a cheeky pickoff or not. Juice throws the drone out. We'll see if he gets shot down immediately. Cohen is ready. Juice does check downstairs for the roamer. Cohen very patiently waiting inside this door, waiting for sound cues, pushes back towards the cubby. Not Icon and iDot, both near lockers. Lightronics very dangerously by the cubby wall. If he gets seen by this drone, he's going to be isolated. Lightronics pushes out, takes on Zion with a single shot from the Huracan. It's taken down by Atlanta from the hatch, evening up the numbers. Nade goes out, nearly takes on these players. Orlando takes out Cohen after peeking in. iAdapt pretty much isolated in this A point, trades some nades. iAdapt is ready with these grenades. A double stack on the door. Juice and BLW both stacked up. iAdapt getting some blind fires down. ZER0 is ready. 3v4 favoring ZER0. Dangerous spot for Empire to be in as wall does get foamed. Not Icon is leaning around the box, throwing out a smoke to block off the wall if they can. Actually, they smoke cubby. Atlanta goes to foam the wall. Will iAdapt push out on Atlanta or not? Juice in the point. Not Icon takes it Orlando as Juice tries to get the blind fire down, but he barely can. Atlanta is ready in case they try to push it on lockers. iAdapt takes out Juice. BLW tries to peek in. He can't. iAdapt pushes out, takes out Atlanta. Now it's just BLW on the push, hoping to watch the back hallway. Oh, what can BLW do? He doesn't have EMP. EMP was dropped inside the point. He has to push in. He's watching his back just in case. He's ready to push in, but he just doesn't feel comfortable doing so, it looks like. Checks his corners. Now knows he can get EMP. Grabs an Huracan. Grabs the shotgun from the body of Lightronics, I believe. Goes to plant the EMP. Pushes out and gets killed by the triple peek from Empire. Empire holding down a 5-0 lead above ZER0. on Factory. This is a rough situation for ZER0 to be in. Last round before Switch, they have barely any money. They have barely any utility to work with. They're gonna have to put in some serious work to get this off and not be 6-0'd into Switch, with Empire needing only one more round to win. I hope they can get it off, but we shall see. BLW holding down a Vezin, trying to get that hero buy. A very eclectic mix of rifles and utility on ZER0. An RCP, 3 Arils, and a Vezin. Meanwhile, a full buy over an Empire. Other than not Icon, who actually chooses to go for an Aril, maybe not having enough money. Unfortunately, may not have enough money. Looking to push in on storage. ZER0 going for a very aggressive push in. No utility to deny it from Empire. Drone goes straight in. Will not get much information, but there are a lot of these Empire players on the point, waiting to throw a nade out. Nade gets both these players extremely low, but barely doesn't get the kill. ZER0 down a lot of health as Not Icon gets the wall bang off on BLW. Storage push falling apart from ZER0. Cohen getting hungry, trying to push out, barely doesn't get any hits off. Electronics ready on the wall in case they try to blow it. Not Icon already out of ammo. Orlando takes out iAdapt. A wall was blown from Assembly as IDOT takes out Orlando. Wall is about to be blown from Storage. 4v2. ZER0 not even having 100 health total between the two of them, unfortunately. Atlanta throws a nade in, gets pushed out on. Cohen takes out Atlanta. Juice is ready, takes out 2. Takes out Cohen and Electronics. Nearly gets naded, barely escapes it. Just has to face these two players. He's 1:10. He has the time. He just needs to get these kills off. Picks up a Vezin, takes out IDOT. 3K from 3K from Juice. Just needs to take out Not Icon as Icon pushes around towards Connector. 1v1. Fantastic kills from Juice. Just needs to get this clutch off. Oh, if only he had a stim, he would be on equal footing. Not Icon has 2 stims, but he can't afford to wait. Juice might get hit from this peek around. And Icon takes out Juice. Ah, that clutch was so close from Juice, but he barely couldn't get that off. What fantastic kills from Juice. 12 seconds left on the EMP, but he just barely couldn't get the clutch off. Empire goes up 6-0 on to Switch. Empire has to be feeling victorious after that win. They just need to win one more round to 7-0. If ZER0 can't clutch up this pistol round, that's going to be it for them. They're going to be going on to next map with a very unfortunate loss for their mental. Empire ready on this push. They do have quite a bit of utility going up. BLW going for the Taurus again on defense. Might work out better than on offense. Hatch blow looks likely from Empire, trying to push down into the cubby area near lockers. BLW is waiting for them. Zion is actually downstairs, may try to rotate up through the push from Empire, but I don't see a lot of their players over on this window, so it may be a bit of an off meta from Empire, as they have a player completely downstairs. Electronics is going in from bottom floor. An interesting push idea from Electronics. He's going to have to go up 2 flights of stairs to get to his team. I feel like it'll be either they win or they lose by the time he gets upstairs. There's also a player on Museum who will not interact with Electronics. Electronics ready to push up on these stairs. Drone comes up. Juice is on lockers, pushes out. BLW is actually here, might get an interaction. BLW takes out Electronics with a great Taurus shot. IDEP throws out a incendiary, does not get a kill off. does get down some health. VRML putting the Taurus to use already. Does get a fantastic kill for his team. Ready to push up through lockers. Can he get a second? Barely missing someone pushing around. Does get info peeked out. Pushes out. Takes out Not Icon. Tries to take out another, but gets taken out by IDOT, who takes out him and Orlando. EMP is dropped in lockers. Gets picked up by IDOT. Ready to push in. Cohen and IDAPT on the wall, trying to get takeout one, but Zion pushes up down the stairs, takes out Cohen, takes out IDAPT. Now it is just IDOT on a 1v2. He has 37 health to take out 2 players, one of which is behind the filing cabinet. Rough situation to be in with no stim. He has to get an isolated 1v1 on both these players to have a chance, I would say. He's ready to push in. He does have EMP, so he could try to start the EMP timer. But it's going to be rough to get into the point, especially with Atlanta holding such a dominant peak on Cubby. IDOT is inside the point. Atlanta is watching. Will he see him in time? And he does take down IDOT. Atlanta got very low, but IDOT was just low enough that it didn't matter. ZER0 claims their first round, denies the 7-0 from Empire. They're not out of the woods yet, however, they are looking a lot better than they were before, especially now that they have a good economy. Zion could, if he wants, get a Vezin. Meanwhile, over on Empire, they are down to mostly just SMGs, not Icon actually opting for a Jesper. An interesting pick for this round. I want to quickly go through. Thank you, Daxi VR, Conquest, Luna, Benito Lax, and others for being in the chat. Thank you all for being here. Looking at the push from Empire, I feel just a meta push would suit them well. Bread and butter. ZER0 has no roamers upstairs, which is surprising, but it is... Apologies. It is not unwinnable by any means. A lot of utility is going down on the A door because that is the push that a lot of people enjoy. However, seeing electronics on this wall, looks like they aren't going for a B push. They are going upstairs. Very thorough droning from Empire will most likely ensue. They will not see any roamers. They're ready to push in on the hatch, getting the info peaks down. ZER0 playing very point central rather than getting a roamer may work in their favor. Atlanta behind bomb, Orlando as well. Over on the side has some cover. Zion and Juice both in connector. Meanwhile, we have one in War Room just in case someone tries to come from behind. Which IDAPT might be. Not Icon pushing down the stairs along with the rest of his team. He only has a Jesper along with Cohen. They're going for a pretty ambitious save, but I'm glad they're not full pushing all of their economy into this. Orlando pushes out, takes out Cohen. Not Icon is upstairs, just making sure there's no one trying to flank. Icon pushing up the stairs, maybe left alone if his team gets too aggressive. IDAPT pushing upstairs toward B. IDOT nearly gets some hits off there on BLW, I believe, but just barely can't get it. Empire playing this push. Zion playing this very well with that Vezin. By extremely well. As well as the fact ZER0 playing this defense very well. They're not allowing any ground to be let up. IDOT takes out Atlanta on a very aggressive push, but they're not letting much ground be let up from these players. You know, they're not allowing Empire to take this ground for free. Not Icon, still stuck outside the point. 55 seconds left on the clock, and they haven't really pushed in. Is Empire thinking they're just going to go for some picks and a save? Trying to get a player down. Orlando takes out IDAPT. He was on the flank, but he just barely couldn't get that off. BLW tries to go for another cheeky pick on the hatch, but just barely can't get it off. IDOT is ready. I believe not Icon as well as IDOT are just going to be going for picks rather than trying to win the round. May make sense for them, utility and weapon-wise. Not Icon knows there's someone there. Icon trying to push in, gets taken out by BLW. Now it's just one player left. IDOT trying to take down 4 players. They're pursuing him up the stairs. I might hop out the window if I'm him. Hops in the point and gets taken out by BLW. ZER0, second round claimed, and also they still bring that Vezin with them into the next. However, Empire, with that save, might secure themselves a couple rifles. ZER0 is in a better situation than before, holding down 2 Vezins, 3 SMGs, and a good bit of money to get utility as well, which will suit them all. You know, we see those 2 healing stims from Orlando and Zion, which will help their team quite a bit. Empire not fielding much at all still. They're going for Omens and a Viper, but no rifles. They may be giving up a few too many rounds, but I've talked about this before. I am a proponent of save rounds in order to not nickel and dime your way to a loss, and that might be what Empire is doing. They're biding their time and waiting until they can get a full force assault going with their rifles. They're ready to push in. We're not seeing a storage push from Empire. Maybe IDOT will push in on storage. Maybe Cone will push in on storage, but it looks like it may be an A push onto possibly assembly from the rest of Empire. Drone under storage door. Standard practice. BLW is waiting to take down the drone. Zion takes down the drone before it sees BLW. Cohen ready on the door in case someone tries to push out as IDOT. Pushes in with another drone. Will see Zion. Will not see BLW. Drone went same direction. Seems like a bit of a waste, even for a fake. Throwing a flash onto storage. Seems like a bit of a waste of a drone for such a, you know, a fake out even. Front door maybe peeked here as IDOT does get some hits off, and pre-nade does not take out IDOT. A great distraction for the rest of their team as iAdapt, as well as Not Icon and Electronics, all seem to be pushing in onto the hatch onto A. Very slow push from ZER0. Can Empire get this off? IDOT shoots out the door blocker, with BLW waiting very patiently with, you know, good trigger discipline, not pushing out as soon as that door blocker goes down. Biding his time. iAdapt, Not Icon, and Electronics all about to push into A. Orlando's the only one on the A point as BLW takes out IDOT. Hatch is blown. Not Icon pushes in with iAdapt. However, a quick rotate from Juice does salvage this push as iAdapt is alone on the hatch. EMP is dropped in the smoke. Electronics drops down, takes down Orlando. Atlanta and Juice are both in. Atlanta takes out Electronic, pushes out, takes out iAdapt, tries to take down Cohen as well. The hatch drop did not work out for Empire. That was an unfortunate timing issue from Empire as they had 2 players rotate in and take out the EMP planter. I feel with that push, it would have been much more worth it to have the EMP planter wait and just push straight in. We saw them push around the side and get taken out immediately. Zion takes out Cohen, and now Empire down a 3rd round in a row and letting ZER0 run away with 2 Vezins and an Arill. Meanwhile, they don't have a lot to work with. They are going to go into this with a soft buy, maybe a full buy if Electronics goes for a rifle, but I don't know. I feel like Empire is letting this slip through their fingers a little bit. They need to get one more round and they win. Kind of giving up a few too many rounds to ZER0. ZER0 has fantastic economy right now. Each of them, except for Juice, has over $2,000, almost over $3,000, except for Atlanta. They have a very good economy base to go off of. Meanwhile, Empire is still just not great. Empire does have a full buy going, but otherwise, they don't have a lot of utility. They don't have a lot to work with, and if they lose this round, they're going to be even more down in the dumps. This is their round where they're hoping to get it off, but if they can't, it's not going to be great for them. Empire is going to be going for the meta push onto the hatch. BLW is waiting on the stairs with a Vezin. We'll see if he pushes fast or slow as the window is blown open. iAdapt, info peeking in. BLW pushing out, does not take out the drone. Throws the nade up straight to their feet, does not take out any players. BLW pushes down towards the point, does not stay on the staircase. A wise choice to not lose his life quickly. Empire going for the meta push again. I feel like it's just not a good choice for them. They're going for the meta push on the hatch. It hasn't worked for them yet, and it still hasn't worked for them as they get a player taken out immediately. Icon is already down. Not even 30 seconds in, already Empire's down a player. ZER0 still has all of their players full health, 500 health between all of them. I adapt, thinking about pushing in, throwing a nade into the back of the point. Still no hits on all of these Empire players. They are full health all around. They're about to blow the wall, but this just seems like a bad play. I don't want to say it, but Empire, I feel like they're sticking too close to this meta push. They're ready for anyone to push from behind the bomb, but ZER0 is playing this smart. They're not getting too aggressive. They're waiting for Empire to make a move rather than the other way around. Cohen tries to throw a nade out. Fortunately, almost incendiaries his own team. Nade goes into the back. Will take out the static, but not BLW. It will allow Empire to claim some ground. Cohen is now in the point. Gets taken out by the players from Connector. Orlando will be going for the flank. A great incendiary is going to take IDOT down almost to death, but does not get taken out. BLW going for a very interesting blind fire. Orlando pushes up the stairs. IDOT is outside the window. Might see him before he is able to push in, but IDOT will most likely get taken out if he's not careful enough. IDOT does get taken out by Orlando. Orlando does not check the window and gets taken out by IDAPT, but IDAPT gets taken out by Zion. Now it's just Electronics. Takes out Zion. Trying to get the clutch off. Facing 3 players at once. It gets taken out. ZER0 claims their 4th round in a row, and Empire again. Just letting this slip through their fingers, man. And now ZER0 has 3 health stims. Empire, meanwhile, can only get 2, and they don't have a lot of money to work with. I adapt only at 3,000. He can't get a rifle. Not Icon can barely get a rifle if he wants. Empire really throwing this away. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Interesting. I'm seeing that in the chat. Conquest asking the same question I did. Why did the planter swing on that downstairs push? And I had to ask the same thing. It made it so that they lost EMP immediately. Empire, again, I feel like they had a fantastic defense on Factory, but their offense has just been falling apart. Maybe it's just been a ruse, a ploy to get this off, or ZER0 just has a really good defense. I adapt, Electronics, IDOT, and not Icon, all looking to push in on storage. BLW may try to push out front door on a lean peek. IDAP setting off the procs, not Icon. Heading over to the A window with the EMP. Nade goes out, does take down Cohen to about 3/4. Electronics gets hit as well through the wallbang. BLW pushing up towards Janitor. IDOT gets wallbanged out. BLW may go for a climb out. Seems not. Cohen is ready on top of the box to push in. Electronics and not Icon both have the wall phone. BLW pushing up. There's no one on the window. No one flank watching. BLW takes out 2, 3! Takes out Cohen, not Icon, and I adapt. Suddenly, taking out 4. Ace potential. Now it's just one player, IDOT, against the rest. BLW just needs to get 1 kill and he'll get the ace for his team. He's hungry for it. He's pushing out. Oh, gets taken out by IDOT. He goes for a bit of an aggressive grab on the utility. Now it's just IDOT holding off this win from ZER0. Zion going for the lean out. Does not get the kill. They know where IDOT is. IDOT is on the side of the building. However, find ZER0. I'm just waiting. I don't want to lose any players to a 1v1. You just wait him out. He doesn't have EMP. He doesn't have much utility. He's pushing in to storage through the smoke. And he gets shot by Atlanta through the smoke. ZER0, 5 to 6, 5 rounds in a row from ZER0. Empire. Oh, no. Now, 1 round standing between ZER0 from getting OT or Empire from the win. Empire losing 5 rounds in a row after being up 6. I don't know what to say. It just hurts to watch. It just hurts to watch. Now a full buy on both sides. Empire has okay amounts of money to work with. They don't have great amounts of money to work with. Meanwhile, Zero could buy the entire team rifles and the other team rifles and be safe. Empire here, I was seeing that they were up 6, and I was thinking it was just going to be a cinch for them on Factory, but with these 5 losses to Zero, it's really up in the air. Zero has a lot of utility, especially on defense. They can really set up as much as they want, as well as they have guns they can dedicate to wall banging that Empire just doesn't have the luxury of doing. Hatch is blown. Top floor is a contentious point on Factory, but especially for the offense, it's really a hit or miss floor. If you can't get a foothold, you really are just locked out completely. Orlando is thinking about pushing up the stairs, may mess up the push from iAdapt if they do see each other. iAdapt ready to push in. Hopefully he gets his gun up. Orlando might not have seen iAdapt, but iAdapt is not checking his flank. And he might get taken out. He gets taken. Oh, he turns! What a flick from iAdapt, taking out Orlando. Cubby is now foamed for Empire. They're ready to push in if they can, and Incendiary goes out. Cohen throws a nade to the back of the point, takes out a static. Empire hopes to go for Cubby, but Juice takes out not Icon through the wall, pushing out into lockers. Takes out Lightronics, pushes back into the point. 3v4 favoring Empire. However, Atlanta goes down to a cheeky Incendiary on the back corner, cannot escape. 3v3. iAdapt gets taken out. Zion pushes straight into connector. IDOT did not cover his planter. IDOT going for the plant. Cohen needs to get out on roof. If Cohen can get on roof, this will be a cinch. IDOT retreating, gets taken out by BLW. Cohen takes out Juice. Zero claims this round. 6 rounds in a row for both teams. Empire gets 6 in a row. Zero gets 6 in a row. And now we're going to OT, and Zero has a dominant lead on economy. They'll get to choose if they want to be on offense or defense. Empire let this run away from them, and now Zero choosing to be on defense, their strong side on this map, and it's top floor again. This is going to be a complete repeat of the last round, just with even economy on either side. This could go either way, folks. I'm excited to see how it goes. I want to take a quick look at that 2K. Orlando comes upstairs, takes out iAdapt. That swing around when Orlando made those sound cues was fantastic. That flick was exemplary. Now it all comes down to this on map 1. Factory, 6-6, OT. It's a full retry of the last round for Empire to see if they can get it off. Even economy, even guns, everything all around. It's just up to how the gameplay goes for these players. BLW is on lockers. Zion ready on back hallway as well. Hatch is going to be blown for Empire. Standard push. IDOT will be droning in for his team. BLW looks to take out the drone immediately. He does. Unfortunately, Empire they do have another drone, but they'll be going in mostly blind onto these points. IDOT setting the drone in, does not see any trips. Does not really see anyone in lockers. However, EMP is still up on roof. BLW takes out iAdapt on the roam, pushing up through lockers. Lightronics does flash it. BLW throws an Incendiary in. Already, EMP is still up on roof. Empire doesn't have EMP to plant. I think they forgot it. BLW pushes out in the back hallway. Incendiary goes down, taking these players down very low. BLW very low on the back hall. He is below Hatch, trying to push around. Lightronics might push up. BLW gets taken out by Lightronics. EMP has been grabbed by IDOT. 4v3 favoring Zero currently on defense. Empire has to get this plant off if they want any hope of winning. IDOT does not get taken out by that nade. EMP is planted. Lightronics manages to get out on roof. Unless Orlando has anything to say about it. Orlando pushes out, takes out Electronics. Now it's just one player left as Zion takes out Cohen, and that will cinch it for ZER0. Well done to ZER0, claiming map 1. That was such an exciting matchup. 7 rounds in a row for ZER0. That's gotta be extremely exciting for ZER0. And, you know, it's gonna be a really exciting map too as well. I'm excited to see it. And we'll get right to that after a short ad break. And we'll be right back with more VRML on the VRML network channel.
Prepare to
Only
start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody reinforce?
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2K.
Match point.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Breachers VRML, hosted on the VRML network channel by myself, Plague Doctor. We're getting back in from a quick break after an exciting map 1 between ZER0 and Empire. What a map! Empire getting a very dominant 6-0 lead over ZER0 on their defensive half, but then really letting their offensive half slip through their fingers. ZER0 got 6 rounds in a row and then won OT for a total of 7 rounds in a row. I mean, what a fantastic comeback for their team. And it's got to be a fantastic morale reset after going down so many rounds. Empire has got to just be feeling a little bit down after that loss. You know, they had that secured, it was in the bag, and then it just dropped right out. And it looks like we are going to be having a timeout for these two teams. So we will be coming back after that timeout. But before we go to another break, I do want to talk about... Apologies. I do want to talk about the usage on that map of utility. We had some great utility on both sides. We didn't see any S-tier frags. We did see some great incendiaries, but especially the plant denial from both teams was very good, trying to block off the plant and especially trying to push in and take out the planter. We saw ZER0 pushing through the smoke quite a bit to be able to take out those Empire players while they were in disarray. A great usage of utility by them in order to secure those rounds, especially on Factory. It's such a tough situation to try to deny the plant on Factory. You know, kudos to them for getting it off. Well done. I'm excited to see what map 2 will be and what map 2 will bring. Maybe we'll get some player switch outs. Maybe we'll get anything like that. But this has been a great matchup so far. You know, Factory was such a good map for Empire and ZER0. There was no standouts on it, but Empire had played more and had a better round win percent. But ZER0 just really clutched that out, and congratulations to them. I was feeling a little bit, you know, bad for them almost on that 6-0 loss, but then they just steamrolled through Empire for the rest of the rounds. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to both teams for playing so well. After the timeout, we're going to be getting going on map 2, but for now, we're going to go on another quick break just until we get up to that timeout. I'll see you all when we are back on for map 2 of ZER0 versus Empire.
Prepare to start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody reinforce?
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2K.
Match point.
Welcome back. After that short break, folks, we are going to be getting ready to get into our second map for the cast. It's going to be an exciting one, and I'm looking forward to seeing how these two teams play. Factory was such an exciting matchup. We'll see if Empire can, clutch it up this time. They let that slip through their fingers. It's gotta hurt. We'll see if they can get it back up. We are going to be getting into our second map momentarily, which is going to be Ship. Ship is going to be an interesting... Sorry, the teams started without me seeing much. Regardless, we're going to be getting into it. Ship is going to be an interesting matchup for these two teams. Empire starting on offense, ZER0 on defense. They have a incendiary bot over on ZER0 from Orlando. We do see BLW taking a Spectral rather than a Taurus this time, maybe deciding against using a Taurus, unlike last time. Lightronics going for a Jesper that switches to a Spectral. Very Spectral central play on this map. Ship is an interesting pick for these two teams. I'm quickly taking a look. Ship was not a fantastic map for Empire. It was a great map for ZER0. I believe this was their pick. We'll see if they can get it off. Empire is going to be on offense. ZER0 is going to be on defense. Maybe a meta push onto Red Room. Orlando peeking out, trying to take down the drone immediately. Just barely can't get it off. Empire ready on their push. Pushes straight in. I adapt, holding down a cloak. Cohen immediately almost getting shot as Lightronics does get shot through the wall. Atlanta pushing up on the flank. Does see the vent open. And an incendiary is going to take IDOT very low and then take him out. And Nade is going to push Not Icon outside of the point. Cohen is alone, gets taken out by Zion. Lightronics is in the point. Looks to be trying to push through. Does get seen by Orlando, gets taken out. Now it's just Not Icon and I Adapt. I Adapt does take out Atlanta, but he's at 1 health because of it. Interesting defense from ZER0. They had a great point central defense. I want to talk about, they had a fantastic defense actually on that round. Kudos to them. Now Empire has to pick up their offense to make up for it, as there are 2 full health players over on ZER0. Meanwhile, Not Icon is still extremely low. BLW is on the haul. Not Icon and him will see each other very quickly, but BLW takes on Not Icon. I Adapt cannot get the refrag. Now it's just I Adapt against the world with a cloak. They don't know where he is, but they probably have a pretty good idea because they might have heard his footsteps. BLW ready to push out if he can. Cloak goes off, BLW pushing out. And I Adapt gets taken out. I think a lot of players don't realize that the cloak makes noise. You need to remember that the cloak going off and turning back on, it makes noise for the other team to hear, and so BLW could act off of that sound cue. There were no footsteps or anything like that, but there was a very clear sound cue for the cloak turning on that allowed BLW to know exactly where he was, and that is a lot of what allowed them to get that kill off. Empire down a round, ZER0 up 1. They do claim pistol round, however, they're not out of the woods just yet. This second round is just as important as the first. Obviously, it is important to get pistol round. It's super important to get anything off you can. However, the second round is where teams can start snowballing economy-wise. You can't let them get too much off. You have to make sure that you deny the economy before it gets too out of hand. Juice waiting on the top floor. Will not be shooting out the window. He thought maybe someone would push in. He climbs out. Lightronics takes out BLW as he tries to climb out as well. A lot of exits from the building. IDAT pushing straight in. Smart choice, as now Empire is fully in the building. 4v3 favoring Empire. Zion is on the flank. We'll see if he gets taken out. No flank watch. Will take out both IDAT and Lightronics. A great 2K. Not Icon takes out Orlando through the wall bridge. Juice pushing down the stairs. Not Icon waiting behind the box. Zion looking to push out. Juice takes out Not Icon. IDOT with Zeus. Now stuck in birthing. Takes out Zion. Ready to push up. He does have an Omen. He's extremely low on health, however. He's one hit and gets taken out by Juice. Empire had a strong push after ZER0 tried to get 2 climb outs and got denied, but somehow ZER0 got that round off. Taking a look at that again, no flank watch from Empire is really what crippled them. They had Zion push up and take out iAdapt and Lightronics, which made it so that they were down 2 strong players that had some good weaponry and utility because they did not watch their flank. It hurts to watch. Empire going for the meta push, I believe, heading towards the hatch over on navigation. Meanwhile, ZER0 pretty comfortably staying near the point. Atlanta and Orlando both putting down some utility. 2 Vezins and a Marui on ZER0. They're going into this round very confident. I would warn them to not be too overconfident. If they do lose this round, they're going to put Empire in a good position with all the weaponry they are able to collect. BLW will be going for a step out in case anyone's repelled, but he does not see anyone. Now he's stuck on the bottom floor, which means Empire knows they can get a pretty favorable push as long as they push in quickly. IDOT droning out navigation, does not see any utility nor any players within. Able to let his team push in as Orlando takes out the drone. Will BLW get back up? BLW does get back up, running up the stairs. Foam gets thrown, but it's dropped in front of the door. Cohen does get wallbanged. iAdapt nearly gets taken out just from wallbangs. Drone downstairs does not see anyone. iAdapt ready to push in with an incendiary. He's extremely low. BLW waiting next to the wall breach. Both walls open. Incendiary goes through. Nade goes through. BLW waiting with a Spectral just in case he can get anything off. iAdapt is still extremely low. There are no stims over on Empire as iAdapt gets taken out. Cohen tries to get a kill off to get the refrag. Gets peeked by Orlando, gets taken out. Not Icon takes out Orlando on the refrag. 3v4 favoring ZER0. Flanker is coming up from the back hallway. Atlanta looks to push through, but gets taken out by Not Icon through the wall breach. 3v3 favoring no one. Health advantage belongs barely in Empire's court. Lightronics maybe trying to push up, but BLW is watching this wall breach extremely carefully. Not Icon seeing what he can do. BLW turns away from the wall. Will Lightronics check his corner? He does check his corner. Takes out BLW. Tries to take out another. Gets taken out by Juice with that Marui. Zion takes out IDOT. Now it's just Not Icon, who only has an Omen. He's going to rotate around to the other point. He does have EMP. He does have to take out the door blocker. Is it worth it? He seems to be debating that with himself. He does not shoot out the door blocker. He rotates back towards A, actually. He's heading to grab the Vezin. Looks to push in. And oh, that nade! Does take out Zion. Now it is just Juice versus Not Icon. 20 seconds on the clock. Juice pushing up. Does get peeked, but takes out Not Icon. ZER0 claims their 3rd round in a row. Fantastic work from them. Empire is going to be down 3 rounds. Down a good bit of economy. However, they're doing relatively well for themselves for being down 3 rounds. They have the potential to go for a full buy. Meanwhile, ZER0 also going for a full buy, but their economy is not fantastic. They can barely go for a full buy, and that's with Atlanta going down to $0 in reserve. It's going to be rough for them to get this off. But ZER0 is up 3 rounds. They're very favorable to win. You know, they have at least secured themselves an even Switch round, and if they can get 1 more, they'll be above on Switch, which is super important on maps like this, where the sides can be somewhat decided, or decisive, rather. BLW is going for a roam. This has been working out for him relatively well so far. We'll see if they can work out this time. BLW is up on 3rd floor. However, these Empire players are also on 3rd floor. Cohen does drop down. BLW might try to hit this window out. If he hears Cohen, he might get a cheeky pick off. ready. Hits out the window, leads out, takes out Cohen. That's EMP dropped. Nearly takes out Electronics as well. EMP is dropped, and that's a player down for Empire immediately, which is rough. BLW tries to lean out again, takes out another, but gets taken out by iAdapt on the refrag. Has 2 players down for Empire, and also, I believe, 2 of their top frags so far as well. No, bottom frags. Not too bad. Not Icon takes out Zion on the defensive team. BLW, sorry, Atlanta going for a rotate onto the stairs, maybe. 3v3. Favoring no one. Health advantage belongs in no one's court. iAdapt looks to blow this. Atlanta needs to rotate down to his teammates before he is too late to save them. iAdapt ready. Goes to check the stairs. Does not see anyone. Atlanta now is pushing down the stairs. iAdapt is going to be very sad if he gets taken out. Does not have his gun up. Juice takes out Electronics. iAdapt is taken out by Atlanta on the rotate. Now it's just not Icon. Facing 3 players, getting pushed from 2 directions. Checking his back line on the stairs. Does not see anyone. Gets up on the bench. He's against these 3 players. He doesn't know where the roamer is. He sees one, takes out Juice. Doesn't see the roamer, has his gun down, and gets taken out by Atlanta. ZER0 now guarantees that they'll be up on the next round rather than down. It's a complete mirror from last time. Well done from ZER0. This is really just a complete mirror from last time. You know, can Empire clutch this up and get to a 4-2, or will they be relegated to a 6-0 like they were doing to ZER0 last time? Will this be a complete reversal? BLW is waiting on the roam. Navigation push looks likely from Empire, trying to push in. Meanwhile, they are holding down 2 Maruis and an Orill. They don't have fantastic, they really don't have fantastic income now because of losing that round. Meanwhile, ZER0, because they went up yet another round, they're still hanging in there. Again, they don't have fantastic utility or economy, but they're just up there enough that it can make a difference. BLW is sitting on the hatch in case it gets blown. Electronics is going to have to be careful as he does foam the hatch. BLW is there. He's going to get most likely droned out. BLW throws his Vezin, and he gets taken out by Electronics. He threw his Vezin, I think, trying to throw the nade. He might have gotten surprised by that hatch getting blown. iAdapt takes out Atlanta. Suddenly, ZER0 is already down 3 members. However, Juice takes out Electronics through the wall. Nearly not Icon as well, managing to get past. 4v3 favoring Empire. This might be their chance. Empire down a good bit of health, but ZER0 is very spread out currently. Only 2 people on A. Nade goes out, Incendiary pushing through. iAdapt trying to get any hits off he can. Cohen is extremely low. Juice ready on the point. They just need to get any pick off they can. Zion takes out iAdapt as Orlando takes out iDot. Not Icon takes out Orlando. Cohen tries to push in. Will he get taken out? 2v2. Health advantage belongs in ZER0's court. ZER0 just needs to play time. As long as they play together, they need to get each other's refrags. If they don't get the refrags, they're just giving isolated 1v2s for the other team. Going for some pre-fires. They don't quite work out. Nade goes out, flushes Cohen out of the hallway. One tries to push in. Does get seen by Zion, but does not get taken out. Zion pushing in, takes out Cohen. Doesn't get Icon. Now it's just Icon versus Juice. Icon goes to rotate to the other point, it looks like. Pushes straight in. Does have EMP, but he's only at 15 health. Juice needs to push. Icon gets the EMP done. Shoots out the static, blows the wall. But he is waiting in the point. Maybe a bit of a trap, making Juice think he's on the back, but he's actually not. Will Juice fall for it? Will he check his corners? Please, does he check his corners? He does not check his corner! And Icon clutches it out for Empire. ZER0 does not claim the 6-0. They're now at 4-1. He did not check his corner. It's so important when you're trying to get that EMP to check your corners. That is how you lose rounds. And now ZER0, their economy is not looking as good as it was. They have to grab 2 Aurils. Meanwhile, Empire dominantly holding down a full buy plus a lot of utility. They have money left over on Not Icon. ZER0 scraping together whatever they can. Not a lot of utility. They do have a healing stim. They do have 2 frags, 2 incendiaries, and as many weapons as they can, but they don't have a full buy, which may make the difference. Empire needs to put some good work in, but it is looking up for them. Getting ready to push in. Empire is on an off meta push upstairs, possibly. They look to be trying to push into birthing. BLW will not be running out like they did last time. Not Icon takes out Atlanta immediately. Nade goes in, does not take out anyone. Not Icon already up a kill. BLW getting flashed. Scorpion hold to take out the static. Orlando pushing down the stairs. BLW takes out Cohen. Pushes back down the stairs to hopefully not get droned out. Drone does not see him come up the stairs again. Now he pushes out. Pushes in. Takes an eye adapt with another great shot. Trying to push outside. Does not get anyone. He's ready. He's getting a good amount of hits and kills from just trying to push in. He's down to almost half, but does get stemmed up. Empire has an uphill battle to fight as they are down a good bit of health and they don't have much ground to work off of. BLW takes out Not Icon, takes out iDot, 2K, one on the window, one on the door, and now it's just Lightronics trying to end his reign. Lightronics ready on the door, does get some hits off. BLW trying to capitalize off it, pushes out. He doesn't know there's one on stairs. Now he knows. Can he get the kill off? Lightronics looks to be trying to push downstairs, but BLW gets the ace! Congratulations to BLW acing out ZER0's 5th round. Now ZER0 rotates onto offense, 5-1 lead. Maybe the 5-1 curse coming into play if ZER0's not careful, but if they can claim this round, it's gonna be interesting for them to try to get this off. A lot of a lot riding on this Empire round. They need to get this off if they want to continue going. You know, there's a lot riding on this for them to get MMR, for them to get this off, and also with that 6-0 lead on map 1, I bet their mental's riding on this a little bit. They need to not go down 6-1. I mean, or I feel like their mental might be chalked. Regardless, ZER0 looks to be going for, I believe, the meta push on pistol round. It could go either way. Even economy, even utility, anything like that. And also very even weaponry. There's no, odd weaponry, some SMGs, some rifles. It's all pistols. BLW opting to go for the Taurus on offense. Zion takes out iDot immediately. BLW pushing up, takes out the Prox. Not Icon pushes in, takes out Orlando as Atlanta pushes in, gets the refrag. 4 versus 3, favoring ZER0. Lightronics is in vent. BLW looking to entry frag, already in the point with the Taurus. Does not have EMP. Pushing up, Zion takes out Cohen. IDAP trying to get the refrag. Nade is going to take him. Does not take him down to half. Lightronics and IDAP trying to hold the point down. BLW pushing around. Misses. Lightronics gets taken out. Lightronics takes out 1, 2, but he is taken out by Juice, and ZER0. 6-1 lead. It all comes down to this. If ZER0 can claim the next round, that's it. That's it for this league match. That would mean ZER0 would claim the 7-6, 7-1 lead over Empire, which would be that's gotta be hurting for Empire, but if Empire can get this off, it's gonna be a lot better for them. ZER0 has guaranteed themselves at least overtime. If Empire can get 5 rounds in a row they will be able to get to overtime, and most likely if they get there, they'll have more points like ZER0 did last time. However, ZER0 has looked pretty strong so far on ship. Can Empire get this down? A lot of utility is being placed on these points by Empire. They're trying to hold down as much as they can. Meanwhile, ZER0 going for a bit of a hero buy, a Vezin on the round. They were the third round here after Pistol. Sorry, just the round after Pistol, in fact. Zion going for the hero buy. iAdapt is on the stairs. Cohen rotates a little bit, trying to get any hits down he can. Nade goes out. iAdapt takes out Orlando. IDOT takes out Orlando, sorry. Cohen takes on BLW. iAdapt takes out Atlanta. Zion takes down IDOT. Zion looks to climb in. I don't know, man. I'm holding down a Vezin. If I'm down to even almost a 2v4, I might be saving a little bit more, especially as I get wall banged. But he could try to clutch this out. He does get a stim. Foam goes over to ZER0. Nade comes out, checking the stairs. Wall bang happens. Wall is blown. Zion stimming himself to bring himself to 100. He's ready to push in. He's trying to entry frag if he can. Juice ready on the wall. Nearly gets taken out. Zion also nearly gets taken out. Cohen gets taken out by Zion. Might be going for a rotate. EMP is on Juice. He's at only 1 health. Zion takes out Not Icon. 2v2. Juice is extremely low. Zion might want to pass one of his stims over to his teammate if he can. Juice looking to push in. Zion pushes in, takes out Electronics. But he's extremely low now. iAdapt is alone. He does take down Zion. Juice is at a single health. He has to get iAdapt down with only it's a Viper v Viper, but he doesn't have a lot of weaponry. And now it's a Vezin v Viper. Juice has a single health. He has not much to take out iAdapt. He pushes out, takes out Juice, and Empire will claim their second round. That was close for ZER0. However, they just barely couldn't get that off. Well done to Empire. ZER0 tried to get the push off, but they got split up a little too much, and Empire, for their credit, played a very good defense on that point. And now, Empire, their economy is looking quite a bit better than it was before, and ZER0 has to put a lot of work in to get this off. I want to take a look at the scoreboard so far. Zion sitting at 13-6, above a 2.0 KD. 11-7 from Not Icon, not too far behind. Well done to both of these teams to put this out, but especially Not Icon and Zion. They have very good KD so far. Juice as well at a 2.0 or a 2.1-ish. Well done to them. You know, we're seeing some very exciting plays coming out from both teams, but especially Empire not getting discouraged with the 6-1 deficit. Now they're getting this back. We do have a Vezin and a Marui from iAdapt and Not Icon. Meanwhile, over on ZER0, they're scaling their economy back quite a bit, only having 3 SMGs and a Knut, no rifle, as Electronics takes on Orlando immediately with an RCP and retreats. Atlanta gets taken out as well. That's a 2-person deficit on ZER0 already. I feel like almost you called around just then. Because ZER0 has no stim. They have no stim to get any health back. Adapt and Not Icon trying to hold down the point. BLW, Zion coming down. Juice nearly getting taken out by an incendiary below the hatch. Looking to push through. iAdapt. Info peeking it out. Juice does get an incendiary down. iAdapt looks to push around. Nade gets all of these players extremely low. BLW takes out 2. Zion takes out Cohen. BLW takes out Not Icon. Now it's just iAdapt. He takes out 1, gets taken out by Juice. IDOT is on the flank. Juice does not have a lot to work with and gets taken out by IDOT. Empire claiming another round for their team. IDOT clutches that out. Well done, Zion holding on to that 2.0 KD. ZER0 letting this slip through their fingers just like Empire did on the last one. You hate to see it for these teams. You don't want these teams to get huge leads and then just to drop them at, you know, it's gotta hurt. It's got to hurt. Regardless, now they are going to be getting on to this next round. We have almost a full buy on both sides. However, Atlanta is holding down a Viper for their team, as well as Cohen holding down a Viper. Though I believe he may have sold it. No, he does have a Viper. It all comes down to this. If ZER0 can get this round, they'll claim the 7-3 win. But if Empire can get this off, they're going to continue snowballing when it comes to economy. And that might be it for ZER0, because right now they're looking to be up on score. If ZER0 is not careful, wall gets blown. Electronics nearly gets taken out immediately, but Icon gets the kill off with a fantastic lean onto the wall. Electronics going through the vent to get back as soon as he can. No one roaming upstairs. iAdapt is in vent climbing out, however. Takes the drone down. ZER0 already at a player deficit. iAdapt is lucky he went in that vent, or he would have gotten taken down by that fantastic frag. Another smoke coming out from iAdapt, blocking off vision for ZER0. ZER0 trying to get any place they can to get in. Electronics is ready to push up. He's in. BLW is in the point. Juice looking to push up as well. Electronics rotating out. Takes down the planter. Takes down Orlando. Gets taken down by Atlanta. Atlanta pushes in. Takes down iAdapt. Takes down Cohen. Now it's just Icon standing between ZER0 and the win. Empire has 100 health at their disposal with Icon. Meanwhile, ZER0 and ZER0 with a nonchalant head tap gets the 7-3 win for their team. And that is going to secure their win. Congratulations to ZER0. They are the series winners for this matchup between themselves and Empire. Well done to both of these teams. I have to say, Empire, a massive... it's gotta hurt for them. I don't want to say it, it's just gotta hurt for them on Factory to go up 6 rounds and then lose the 7 after that. It just feels like they let it slip through their fingers. And ZER0, to their credit, 7 in a row, and then going up 6-1 on ship, losing 2 and not getting discouraged. They just kept that going and got a 7-3 win. Well done to ZER0 for getting that off. And it's gotta be unfortunate for Empire for losing that. Some fantastic flanks from ZER0, especially Zion, that we saw to get those flanks off and be able to turn the tide of the battle a lot of times with those flanks. We saw some fantastic gameplay on both sides. I want to take a quick moment to thank our sponsors, Triangle Factory, for making a lot of this possible. They are contributing the prize pool for VRML Con. They've made this fantastic game, as well as the spectator client that I'm using to watch this game. Fantastic job from them. It's a fantastic client and a fantastic game to be playing. I'm so happy to be casting for VRML and by extension them. They're partnered with VRML. They've given us some wonderful skins. We have the finalist skin. We have the VRML official skin that you can pick up on the store right now. And just everything else they've done for the community. It's been fantastic to work with a team of devs who are so excited to work with their community, and especially the competitive community. I also want to thank you, the viewer, for watching and keeping the lights on. Without you, we could not, none of this would be possible. It's very exciting to be able to share these moments with you and to see these players play the game, play very well, and for you to come out and support these teams is fantastic. I want to talk about the players in the chat. We have Hotline, Zombie, Cheese, Blue Slayer, LFT's Son. We have Gamma 2 Dash and others who are in watching this with me and seeing this exciting matchup. regardless, I believe that's might be it from me for now over on the VRML network channel. And for Breachers VRML, I have been Plague Doctor watching ZER0 versus Empire. I hope you all have a great rest of your night.
Breachers VRML is brought to you by Helga, the esports manager, Triangle Factory. Thanks for watching VRML.